Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So, Thursday and Fallout 76 News Day once again. And it's a bit of a quiet week this week, which is probably not surprising given that patch 14, the next patch, is still a few weeks away. And the things we've got on the horizon are still a little bit off in the distance. So, Bethesda do have a little bit of news relating to Project Clean Appalachia. So, let's take a look, see how we're getting on with that, and see what else they've got coming up for us. So, Project Clean Appalachia updates. Wasteland has been wild these past few weeks, with Scorched beasts dropping from the sky and another of Graham's famous week-long cookouts. But we are not slowing down yet. Project Clean Appalachia is entering its second half, with a limited-time Purveyor Mystery Pick event this weekend, as well as new community challenges and rewards. We're also asking for your feedback. So yeah, this weekend the Purveyor will have a Mystery Pick event wherein you can head on in there and for a significant script discount, get a completely random roll on a legendary item. It could be weapons, it could be armor, it could be 1-star, it could be 3-star. You don't know, you take your chances with it, but it's a lot cheaper than it usually is. So, swings and roundabouts. Personally, I don't think it's particularly worth doing it. Actually, no, take it all back. It's a completely random 3-star legendary, so at least you know it's a 3-star you're getting, but seeing as you can't narrow it down any further than that, I think it's probably more valuable to me to hold on to my script and at least kind of target what I actually want a little bit more directly. But if you've got plenty floating around, why not give it a go? Meat Week festivities coming to an end today. You can keep the party going by taking all the scripts you've collected over to Purveyor Murmuger's shop for a new Mystery Pick event. Next few days, you can take a chance on the Purveyor's new Mystery Pick option and purchase a completely random 3-star legendary item for just 60 script. That is a significant drop in price. Armor, ranged weapons, melee weapons, anything's possible when you put your fate in the Purveyor's hands. Who knows, you may wind up getting the deal of a lifetime. Or you may get a dud. It's one of those things. It's a fun idea, but to be honest, I don't think it's really all that practical. At least it's not for somebody with limited time like I have, so. The event starts at 12 PM Eastern Daytime on Thursday, that will be today, and runs through until the same time on Monday. So 12 PM, that'd be what, 6 PM for us over here, so it will be running live now, which means Meat Week will be over, because they won't overlap, I wouldn't imagine. So, yeah, Meat Week being ended, I think this time was a little more disappointing than last time, and I know a lot of people weren't blown away by Meat Week the first time around either, but it was good fun. I didn't get a lot of time to play it, but at the same time, once you've done it, and the rewards don't drop often enough to keep it really interesting, which I think is why I found things quite quiet that, and I was playing quite late. But I think that's a bit of an issue, particularly with Meat Week, and to a degree Fastnacht had the same issue as well, from what I recall, back in March, I think it was. That those worthwhile rewards were extremely difficult to get and required putting an awfully large amount of time in, which is fine if you've got that time, but I suspect a very significant portion of the player base doesn't. So, swings and roundabouts. I know I do see a lot of people running around with characters in the 200-300s in terms of their level, but I also see a lot more who aren't that high, so it is what it is. I'm not to say that everybody should be able to get the best rewards all the time. You should have to work for it, that's kind of the point, but over the course of a week, most people should have a decent crack at it, and I don't think that the balance has quite been met there yet, personally. So, something I think they need to look out for an upcoming event, which should be coming at the end of the month. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. So, a little bit more details on Project Clean Appalachia. Obviously, we took down the Scorched beast, no problem. It was several 100,000. I believe we've now managed to take down about 2 million Scorched so far in the first week and a half of this particular challenge. However, the target is 8 million, so we need to up our game a little bit if we want to get that 50% sale off. We've got a long way to go. As it currently stands, if we hit the 8 million target, we get a 50% off sale at the Purveyor for legendary items. But if we then need to hit subsequent targets beyond that, if we want to take it all the way down to 50%. Did I say 50% before? 25% off is the standard, 50% if we hit subsequent targets. So, bit of a push required on that front, but there's a little bit more information on that here as well. So, you help clear the skies of winged threats during the first half of Project Clean Appalachia, but there's more tidying up to do to get the wasteland into shipshape. The Take Out the Trash challenge began on Tuesday, and this time the community will be taking aim at an even larger infestation, the Scorched. Okay, so Take Out the Trash challenge only began on Tuesday, which means, what, 2 days we've taken out 2 million. Okay, I'm feeling a little better about this now. Makes 8 million seem a lot more viable. We need to have a good crack at it nonetheless. We want to get a massive discount on our legendary gear. About 1 million a day is not bad. It's running for, what, 2 weeks, I think? So just over a week to hit that. It might be doable. We might have to up our game this coming weekend a little bit, but with a weekend ahead, and there hasn't apparently been a weekend in it so far, that means it should be achievable, I think. So, until October 14th, dutiful dwellers like you can take it upon yourselves to help wipe the Scorched off the map. If the community takes down 8 million Scorched before that date, Purveyor will kick off a new limited time sale event offering 25% off legendary weapons and armour. That's from October 17th through to the 21st, which will be not this weekend, the weekend after, I think. And like last time, there are several stretch goals the community can complete to unlock exclusive cosmetic items like the Vault-Tec Flamer paint, which is quite cool, and the Honeybeast player icon. And if you haven't got it already, there's a Mr. Handy one available from defeating Scorched Beasts, which is cool. Better yet, if the final stretch goal is achieved, Purveyor Murmagor has promised to increase her sale discount to a whopping 50% off. So here's the interesting bit. With the exception of Scorched Beasts, any enemies with Scorched in their names count towards progress. So not just the former humans running around, but Scorched animals, Scorched Deathclaws, Scorched whatever else you might run into as well will contribute. Although, let's face it, the humanoid versions are probably easiest to rack up those numbers on. You can keep an eye on how the challenge is going and catch a preview of the rewards by visiting Project Clean Appalachia event page. There's a link here, and if I remember, I will try and link it in the description as well. You should have had just a little look at it now anyway. Yeah, progress being made. Definitely more needed, but that's quite cool. Yeah, so I know a few people have asked whether or not this is implying that the Scorched Beast and the Scorch won't be in the game after Wastelanders drops, which is, what, a month away now? Thereabouts? Maybe a little more, 5 weeks probably. I don't have an answer, and Bethesda haven't provided us one in any detail recently anyway. They did imply back over the summer that the existing main storyline will still be in the game. You still play through it to get to, theoretically, level 50 or whatever it is. But you play through that quest line, and then Wastelanders starts afterwards. Certainly with it being a year 1, year 2 setup, that would make sense. My guess would be that we'll be seeing less Scorched and more Raiders, and presumably less Scorched Beasts. Scorched Beast Queen, I'm sure, will still be in the game, but perhaps less Scorched Beasts, maybe only a few floating around in the Cranberry Bog, something like that. I'd imagine that will be the change that we'll see. It's in keeping with the shift towards Wastelanders and everything else, but doesn't remove the story. I think if they were going to take the story out, they'd probably have told us, but I can't see them doing that. It wouldn't make a right lot of sense to do that. Reducing content doesn't seem like a great way to go, especially when they've been angling all year towards putting more content in, not less. So that would be my guess. So, future community events. Project Clean Appalachia is the first community-wide event we've put on for Fallout 76 so far. You know, the old seasonal events notwithstanding, anyway. We hope you've been having as much fun conquering the challenges and unlocking the rewards together as we've had watching you blast through the stretch goals. While we're only halfway through, we're excited to start planning more community events like this going forward. That's welcome. It's basically more free stuff for playing the game, and that's not a bad idea. Keeps people engaged, which is cool. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Project Clean Appalachia and any ideas you have for future challenges so that we can continue to level up the fun factor for community events. That's cool. I like that they're wanting to take player feedback and hear from the community on ideas, because it gives them a much bigger pool of ideas for future community events to draw from, which is a good idea, I think. So if you've got any good ideas, head over to the community feedback thread in the Fallout 76 forums. I should imagine you will have a Bethesda.net account, so everybody should have access to that. And answer a few questions and share some suggestions. So yeah, as usual, I'll link to this blog post in the description, so you'll be able to find the links here as well if you want to do that. So, our next big update, Patch 14, is coming to Fallout 76 later this month. Stay tuned for more details on what's in store with the patch, including a mischief-filled new seasonal event. So they said at QuakeCon there will be a Halloween seasonal event, so that will be coming in, 3 weeks or so? 4 weeks, something like that? 3.5. So we've got that to look forward to. It's the next big thing coming after the Purveyor sale. So yeah, looking forward to that. It'll be fun. Hopefully it'll have a little bit more of an impact than Meat Week did and be a little closer to Fastnacht, preferably with slightly more achievable goals, hopefully. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what they've got in store for us there. That should be fun. if I had to take a guess, I would go with it's probably going to be focused up near the pumpkin house, so top end of the Savage Divide. So something to bear in mind. There's usually Scorched beasts floating around there if that is the case, so it might be worth keeping an eye out for that and bearing in mind if you're going up there with a low-level character. But that's just a guess, so we'll have to see what happens at the end of the month. Yeah, looking forward to patch 14, as always. My guess is that it will be mostly geared towards laying the groundwork for Wastelanders, which will be the patch after that, patch 15. Just basing that off timing. They're saying November for Wastelanders. Nothing seems to have changed on that front. I stand by my current guess of November 14th, going for the 1-year anniversary of the game. That would make a lot of sense. One thing they haven't said that I have noticed recently, or haven't noticed perhaps more to the point, is relating to Vault Raids. They were all the rage for about 3 weeks when they first came out, and I've not seen people running them. I haven't been running them since, and I haven't seen any players running around in the special armor sets you can get as the flagship reward from them either. In fact, I don't think I've seen anybody in any of those armor sets. I suspect the major reason for that is the cost to reward ratio. As cool as those armors are, the cost of getting them is extremely high. So I'm hoping over the next few weeks and with patch 14 we're going to see some changes in that area and some effort put into balancing out the cost to reward ratio for the Vault Raids and making them more worth running. As they're very cool. The environment is a lot of fun and interesting to explore, but as I say, that ratio being off is putting people off, so it's a little sad that they've gone to the effort to put this potentially cool thing in the game, but haven't quite got the balance right on it, so fingers crossed they'll be working on that in the next few weeks. But I guess we'll have to watch this space and find out. So, do hope you guys found that useful and informative. If you did, please do hit those buttons for me. It's always very, very much appreciated. Social media links down in the description if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And as always, do drop by and catch some of the live streams as well. We're having fun playing the game. We had a little bit of fun with Meat Week this week, and looking forward to jumping back in and pushing on with the Brotherhood of Steel storyline over the next few days. And I've also got some other very cool things coming out for the stream over the next couple of months as well, so always worthwhile if you hit that little notification icon, the little bell, you'll be able to keep up to date with whenever I go live as well. So please do join in the fun. And if you're really enjoying the content, please do consider becoming a channel member as well. You can see what's what with that via the blue join button just under the video. And there's a bit more information down in the description as well. And the support is humongously appreciated, so thank you very much for that. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.